Hello students, hope you are all safe and sound. Considering the lockdown for the spread of COVID-19, we are studying our classes of MEG online. Myself, Dr. Kiran Machedia of Department of English, UKB Commerce College, and I'm going to start the online classes with the second paper of MEG, which is on British drama. To start with, I have taken the play Pygmalion written by George Bernard Shaw. Today, let me talk about Pygmalion's title. The title of George Bernard Shaw's play Pygmalion is taken from an ancient Greek legend. Pygmalion, a sculptor. He makes a beautiful statue and falls in love with it. The goddess of love, Aphrodite, turns the statue into a beautiful living girl called Galatea. She marries the artist, Pygmalion, and gives birth to a child. In this particular play, George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion, Professor Higgins finds Eliza Doolittle, a poor, beautiful slum flower girl, not dissimilar to a stone statue. She is ignorant, poor, and uneducated. She has been thrown away by her parents, and she has been a lone woman living a poor life. Like Pygmalion, Professor Higgins, through his knowledge of phonetics, in a few months' time transforms the statue into a cultured duchess. But Professor Higgins does not marry the young, beautiful Eliza. For this end of the play, it is not a romance in the traditional sense. Eliza gets married with Freddie in the end. Pygmalion is not a romance as it could rightly have been called if Higgins and Eliza had fallen in love and married. Shaw has satirically called it a romance. The end is least natural. Shaw was not ready to give the traditional happy ending of the romance by marrying Higgins and Eliza, as the readers would have also desired. But it often happens in plays and novels that characters come alive on their own account and want to behave differently from what the author intended. Higgins and Eliza might not have lived happily ever after as the hero and heroine live in traditional romances, but they were certainly better matched than Eliza and feeble Freddie. In his determination to make his romance unromantic, George Bernard Shaw twisted Pygmalion from what would have been, by the principles of drama, its natural end. Shaw defends the end of the play by saying that the history of Eliza Doolittle, though called a romance because the transfiguration its records seems exceedingly improbable, is common enough. Such transfiguration have been achieved by hundreds of resolutely ambitious young women. Nevertheless, people in all directions have assumed, for no reason than that she became the heroine of the romance, and that she must have married the hero of it. Eliza, in telling Higgins she would not marry him if he asked her, was not coquetting, she was announcing her well-considered decision. When a bachelor interests and dominates and teaches and becomes important to a spinster, as Higgins with Eliza, she always, if she has character enough to be capable enough, considers very seriously indeed whether she will play to become that bachelor's wife, especially when he is so little interested in marriage that a determined and devoted woman might capture him if she set herself resolutely to do it. Her decision will depend a good deal on whether she is really free to choose, and that will again depend on her age and income. If she is at the end of her youth and have no security of her livelihood, she will marry him because she must marry anybody who will provide for her. But at Elisa's age, a good-looking girl does not feel that pressure. She feels free to pick and choose. Therefore, she is guided by her instinct in the matter. Elisa's natural instinct guides her not to marry Higgins. She knows that Higgins remains a strong interest in her life. She is attached to him, but she would be very sorely strained if there was another woman likely to replace her with him. When she feels that there will be another woman in Higgins' life, she takes the decision of not marrying him. When Higgins reveals his indifference to young women on the ground that they had an irresistible rival in his mother, he gives the clue to his deep-rooted old bachelordom. The case is uncommon only to the extent that remarkable mothers are uncommon. If an imaginative boy has sufficiently rich mother who has intelligence, personal grace, dignity of character without harshness, and a cultivated sense of the best art of her time to enable her to make room beautiful, she sets a standard to him against which very few women can struggle. Besides affecting for him a disengagement of his affections, his sense of beauty, and his idealism from his especially sexual impulses. This makes Higgins a standing puzzle to uncultivated people. Eliza knew that for mysterious reason Higgins has not the makings of a married man in him. According to her conception of husband, who could take in nearest, fondest, and warmest affection for a wife. Even if there was no mother as a rival, Higgins has his philosophy, Milton, and phonetics. Elsa also knew Higgins' dominating superiority and his impetuous bullying. In the course of the play, when Higgins hears from Eliza her decision to marry Freddie, for she thinks he loves and would make her happy, Higgins frankly asks her, "In short, you want me to be as infatuated about you as Freddie? Is that it?" Eliza replies with equal sincerity, "No, I don't. That is not the sort of feeling I want from you. And don't you be too sure of yourself or of me. I could not have been a bad girl if I had lied. I have been more of something than you for all your learning. Girls like me can track gentlemen down to make love to them easy enough. I want a little kindness. I know I am a common ignorant girl and you a good learned gentleman, but I am not dirt under your feet. What I have done, what I did was not for the dresses and taxis. I did it because we were pleasant together, and I come. Not to want you to make love to me, and not forgetting the difference between us, but like and more friendly." Such was the strong confession of Eliza before Professor Higgins. In this way, the crisis between Eliza and Professor Higgins is resolved through discussion. They liked each other, but this was not love. Higgins remains a bachelor by his choice, and Freddie marries Eliza of his love for her. She also loves him. So even though the hero and heroine are not married or love each other, the heroine marries Freddie and loves him. So the play cannot be termed as a tragedy in the traditional sense. Shaw maintains his idea that sentiments and romance are necessary for good marriage. So we can say that George Bernard Shaw maintains his idea that sentiments and romance are necessary for a good marriage. His play Pygmalion is based on his ideas on education. And we can say that phonetics is the central theme of the play Pygmalion. That's all about Pygmalion and its theme. So today I would like to end my class with it. Thank you very much, and until we meet again, stay safe. Thank you very much once again.